It's time for the Las Vegas Sportsline, brought to you by CG Technology Sportsbook.
Money won is twice as sweet as money earned.
Presented by WagerTalk.com.
All right, here we go. It's the Wednesday edition of the Las Vegas Sportsline. I'm Dave Cokin. Ralph Michaels is here. It's the Thursday edition, actually, not Wednesday. This is not a rerun. This is live. I'm still Dave Cokin. That's still Ralph Michaels. All right, Platinum's our producer. It's our CG Thursday edition. Will Bernanke, the Moneyline guy, will be joining us a little bit. Good stuff at CG. They have now put up numbers for weeks 2 through 16 in the NFL, and lots of those including money lines and over and unders on some of the big games. So lots to talk about with Will in just a little bit. Okay. The best tweet I saw last night, it's not mine. It wasn't mine. I wish it was. This was tweet of the month material. And it read, "Don't look now, but the San Jose Sharks are only 6 more calls away from winning their first ever Stanley Cup." I mean, can you believe the breaks this team's getting? They stole the series. They stole the series against Vegas. Or let's say the Knights had it stolen from them on that horrendous call against Cody Eakin, which the league apologized for. Game 7 against Colorado Avalanche. Colorado gets a goal taken off. It was the proper call by about an inch, but it was a meaningless offside, and that was reversed on replay. And then last night, clearly an illegal hand pass. No replay, no review. Call stands. Blues lose, Sharks win. I've said it a few times, Ralph. They're kind of this weird team of destiny that's really not all that good, but is having everything break right for them.
You said it 2 weeks ago, and it clearly has. And, you know, to win a championship, those breaks do have to go your way. You know, the NHL's response.
I don't know about breaks like this. Jeez.
Well, yeah, let's see. Can there be a more important break in a 1-1 series, Game 3, and the team's at home, and now all of a sudden, you know, advantage goes back to San Jose?
Yeah.
I mean, again, the question is this. Why isn't the play reviewable?
I don't know.
That's just silly. Yeah.
What I argued about, what is it now, 3 weeks since they played the Knights? Yeah. And I said the next day, you've got to make all goals reviewable. Why not? They do it in the NFL.
Yeah,
every touchdown is reviewed. Every touchdown is reviewed. You've got to make penalties. Major penalties have to be reviewable. And all goals should be reviewable. It's not that difficult a process. And the point is, you don't have to wait. I don't want to hear about, well, we'll have to wait till the offseason. Why? Yeah, Gary Bettman, you can just say, I've decided as commissioner, we can't have this anymore. And we're changing the rule right now. Right now. The technology's already in place. So all he has to do is say, that's it. This is what we're doing. It's a really bad look for a league when you have stuff like this happen. And stuff is not the word I would prefer to use there. If we were on satellite radio, I would have used the other word, which has 4 letters instead of 5. Still begins with an S. That is garbage. And it's really bad for the league.
Well, you know, and there's no more important situations than in hockey because there's so few goals scored.
Right.
So you're talking about changing a game, a series, or an entire team's history with that one goal. I mean, in football, we do every touchdown, there's 7 touchdowns a game. In hockey, there may be 1 or 2 goals a game, you know, or in this case, there were more. But I agree with you. There's absolutely no excuse to not change it. And if you called every owner on the phone and said, okay, do we agree to this? Yes.
Yeah, we'll take a half an hour.
Yeah.
1 minute per, 31 minutes, 1 minute per team.
What has to happen for that to change? It's sad.
The vote would be 30-1. You know who the 1 dissenter is going to be.
Jose, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we like it the way it is. Thank you. So that's kind of a bad beat if you had the Blues last night, although we don't know if they'd have won the game. You want a really bad beat last night. If you've got the Raptors plus the points, you got to think you're going to win that one. They get outscored 10-0 at the end. I think they were blank last, 3.5 minutes in the game? Didn't score a point. And Milwaukee covered only with the final score. That's the only time I believe they covered the entire game.
Correct, yeah. And my concern with Milwaukee was they blew through those first games in the series. They were never tested. I said, well, let's see what happens if Milwaukee's in a must-win game with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And what do? They blow them out, shut down Kawhi 2 points in the fourth quarter. But with Kawhi being the player that got shut out, I'm not too concerned that he won't turn it around.
No, I think this series, if we look at last night's game, you kind of come out of it thinking, boy, this could be a really good series.
Yeah. You know, the 6-day to 2-day rest came to fruition in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
With Milwaukee having that extra rest.
Yep.
That'll be even next game.
All right, good win for the Bucks as they take the 1-0 lead. Lots more to come. We're going to check out a Game 4 in the NHL tonight. 3 baseball games as well as we head to the Thursday. MJ Christensen, 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them fours up. Put the fours up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sportsline's 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Unbelievable.
Ralph, you don't have any kids graduating from school this year, huh?
I don't.
Too bad, because I had a perfect gift idea for you. Or MJ Christensen does anyway. They've got 50% off Philip Stein watches. They've got great sale prices on pre-owned Rolex watches. They've got terrific sale prices on Shinola watches. I wear a Shinola watch. Love it. And those are great graduation gifts. You know, you can't get a toy for someone who's graduating from high school or college. You want to get them something nice. I don't know. Not much better than a great timepiece. Find out all about it by swinging down to Boca Park and visiting MJ Christensen. That's their one location. They're in their 81st year of business here in Las Vegas. One location, right at Boca Park, and the best deals you're going to find in town. Let's go to the Bruins and Hurricanes. We'll talk about this with Will Bernanke in a little bit. This will be a quiet game at the betting windows because 3-0 series generally don't get a lot of action in Game 4. The bettors, they're not generally going to be enthused about taking the team that's down 0-3, and also really not that enthused about taking a team up 3-0 that can relax a little bit. So it becomes a tough hit, and I think it makes sense that it's not a game that gets as much volume as other games in playoff series because it's a tough handicap. I mean, the Bruins are clearly the better team. Carolina threw everything but the kitchen sink at them in the first period of Game 3. Couldn't get a goal, and that was it. The Bruins eventually did what they had to do and got the win. I don't know if Carolina's got anything left in the tank. I think if they do, it'll show early tonight.
If you go to the Carolina newspapers, and if you look at the online reselling for tickets, there's not. They're like the 8th story in the Charlotte newspaper. Tickets are $70 to get into a Game 4, finals.
The enthusiasm waned a bit.
There's no question. You know, Carolina did win 2 elimination games versus Washington, but being down 3-0 is nothing. And I think Boston, going to 7 games against Toronto, fighting back from 2-1 Columbus, has just made them the superior team. Carolina, 5 of 50 on power plays, 10%. That's not going to get it done. Boston now a playoff record, 6 straight wins.
Yep, they're rolling. So we'll see if the Bruins put them away tonight. I laid off the game. Cubs and Reds. Is that underway yet? Or is it? No, that's the next game that's up. I don't have my time.
6:40
okay,
Eastern is this game, yeah.
For some reason, I had a moment of panic. It's like, wait a minute, did that game just start? No, we've still got time on that one. The day games are complete in baseball, by the way. We'll get to the scores in a little bit. This is a good matchup tonight because Luis Castillo has been just sensational for the Reds. He's got 12 straight plus starts going back to those last 3 from last year and 9 for 9 this season, pitching as well as anybody in baseball. But, Quintana's been pretty good for the Cubs. They're a hot baseball team last night. The Reds cooled them off last night, I should say, coming back to win in extra innings. But Cubs not a team I want to get in the way of right now. Nevertheless, I think if I had to play this game, I would probably take the Reds.
I lean the Reds. They've been a decent home favorite going 8-4. The Cubs 1-6 as an away dog. And while Quintana's numbers are inflated, he has a 3.96 ERA. You have to remember in that opener, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs. So if you look at his last 5 starts, a 2.29 ERA.
Yeah, he's in good form right now, and the Reds still insist on hitting Joey Votto in the second spot in the order, which I think is, at this point, just a bad idea. And it's hurting them. But with the main man on the mound tonight, good chance they win the game. Cardinals and Braves, no main men on the mound in this game. The Braves' true number 1 starter, Mike Soroka, came through last night. But the rest of the rotation has been spotty. Teheran has actually been probably their second best starter. I don't have a lot of faith in him. I don't have much faith in Adam Wainwright at this point in his career either. This looks like a game that could be high scoring. And by the way, how about the debut for Austin Riley last night, called up after just going wild at AAA Gwinnett. And he kept it going last night with a home run in his first Major League game. He's going to improve that lineup right away.
You look at Teheran, and I mean, we talk about 4 starts in a row, a 2.88 ERA after 4 starts, 2 losses, 2 no decisions. That's a tough way to pitch, and it has to hurt your mental after a while. I mean, you go out there and you give your all, and you're in close games, and the offense doesn't get it done when you're out there. It has to wear on you.
And the Pirates take on the Padres. First game of that series. The Padres return home after having a bit of a difficult time with the Dodgers. Competitive, but they could not win the games. Pirates, their run differential is absurdly bad, but they're still over 500 because they've been winning close games, and this kind of looks like it might be one of those close-type games tonight. Trevor Williams, if you look at pitcher flow charts, Williams is trending upward right now. He's been improving in his last few starts. Lauer is off a really, really bad start for the Dodgers, for the Padres. We'll see if the lefty bounces back tonight. Of course, Lauer's a guy you're familiar with going back several years, Ralph.
It was. My son played against him in high school, and he was a year older than him, and obviously a superstar back in Cleveland. He went to Midview High School, so it's a kid I followed last year and this year, but giving up 8 runs in 3 innings certainly will hurt you. I like Trevor Williams. I like the way he's pitching. He's a San Diego kid who's returning to pitch in front of his hometown crowd. He did start there once last year.
That was not a good start.
It was not a good start. He was nervous. He admitted it after the start. I think he comes up big tonight. I like him. I
don't think the nerves will be a factor, and I like the way he's pitching. So we agree, leaning to the Pirates in that game. Time to bring in Will Bernanke. You can follow him on Twitter at the Moneyline Guy. He's with CG Technology Sportsbooks and has some great information for us and some new information as well. And actually, I was going to save this for the later part of the segment, but let's get right to it, Will. You guys have put up a whole bunch of new NFL stuff today.
Yes, we sure did. NFL's weeks 2 through 16 are up. We got every point spread out there. It's bettable right now. And even the high-profile matchups, we came up with our money lines and totals. So those are ready to go, up and running. And we have packets at every book. So if you're looking for each week and, you want to have to sort through it, we got the packets available. What
would you say is the percentage of sharp action as opposed to public action on games that are available this early? Is it, my thought is that it's got to be mostly sharp guys, hardcore NFL guys who've done a lot of work in the off season. Is that the case?
Yeah, it's a good question, Dave. I would say it's 50-50 with the sides. The money lines and totals may lean towards some more sharp action initially, but certainly that'll even out as we get closer to training camps.
Will, does that mean now you get the next few weeks off? You guys did all the work, and now you can relax?
Not at all. You got to keep grinding. There's plenty to do here, and it just gets busier and busier the closer we get to college football and NFL.
A real question is, have you done totals in the past? I don't remember you releasing totals. Is this something brand new, releasing totals weeks 2 through 16?
Yeah. To my knowledge, I don't believe anybody has deep into the season. Every game, or not every game, but totals on most of the high-profile matchups. The totals in every game, I don't see that happening.
No.
But totals on the high-profile matchup, this is the first time we've done it.
And are they available already on the app?
Absolutely, well, on the app and in person.
That's why you need to have the app. Obviously, if you want to go visit in person, do that. It's great. The sports books are tremendous. But this is stuff you want in front of you, relaxing at home, maybe at your desk, or you've got your work in front of you. And that's just one more reason why anybody who's a serious bettor has to have the app.
Absolutely got to have the app. I mean, you want to bet a game for weeks 2 and then week 16, you can do it instantaneously as opposed to having to sift through, all that